Yo, it's your boy Amon. Today we're starting a brand new series. I'm talking about the meat and potatoes of the channel. I'm talking about how I got that platinum series. A little bit of how I expect this to go. I plan on doing an intro, talk a little bit about the backstory and development of the game, then go into a little bit of the gameplay, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it. Then we'll talk about why I chose the game in the first place. Then we'll talk about the trophy breakdowns of, some highlights of what it took to get to the platinum. And then ultimately the last trophy that I decided to do in order to earn the platinum. Because I plan on doing maybe the hardest one, or one that, is very meaningful or something like that. Have a reason to, unlock that platinum. And then we'll round out the video with some final thoughts and my own personal rating on the game. So with that being said, we're kicking off the real grind. The first step of 1,000 steps. The first trophy I unlocked in 2025, and a definite love letter to PlayStation itself. Today we're diving into a game that's not only packed with charm, but also perfectly sets the tone for PlayStation 5 experience. I'm talking about none other than Astro's Playroom. If you didn't know, Astro's Playroom comes pre-installed on the PS5, but it's more than just a pre-installed game. It's a full-on celebration of PlayStation history, which I didn't know going into this. Developed by Team Asobi, the same folks behind Astro Bot Rescue Mission, this game dropped in November 2020, alongside the PS5 as a tech showcase for the DualSense controller. But what really makes it special is how it weaves nostalgia with gameplay. It's absolutely packed. Nods and references to games and equipment from every PlayStation generation. From PS1 to the PlayStation Home to even the original PlayStation logo. It's part platformer, part museum, part controller demo, but it's all heart. The game splits into 4 worlds, each representing a part of the PS5's internal hardware. GPU Jungle, Cooling Springs, SSD Speedway, and Memory Meadow. Each world is broken down into multiple bite-sized stages with their own collectibles, secrets, and little Easter eggs that'll make any longtime fan can't help but grin. But don't let the childish look fool you. There's some genuinely clever level design here, especially when it comes to the unique features on the PlayStation 5 controller, like haptic feedback and the motion sensor. This isn't just a tech demo, it's a full-fledged game. So why did I go for this platinum? That's very simple. I was absolutely fed up with Marvel Rivals. I was having so much trouble with going for some of those trophies. I just needed a break. I told myself I needed a break, and I had been hearing about Astro's Playroom on my feed, on my YouTube feed and stuff like that. And I heard it was an extremely good game. So I re-downloaded it because I'm pretty sure I deleted it, and booted it up, and I do not regret it at all. It was exactly what I needed. A breath of fresh air. It reminded me of the enjoyable factor of going for platinums. I played it for a couple of hours, and I just wanted to continue to play, and I didn't want to put it down. I'll show you exactly why as I break down some of my highlights on the way to the platinum. Astro's Playroom has a fair amount of collectibles in each zone, which account for a decent amount of trophies on the list. There was even a claw machine that held collectibles too, and as you get more and more, they're added to the showcase room. So by the end of getting them all, you have a museum of PlayStation history to look at. But some cool ones to me outside of the collectibles are like Project Neo, where you send 10 flying bots with a single spin attack. A nod to Neo from The Matrix and Matrix 2. Or Jason, where you have to find shelter from the heavy rain in Memory Meadows. An obvious nod to the game Heavy Rain, which I plan on playing here on the channel. Or the trophy Adequate Boy, where you hit all the rabbits with arrows at the mountain peak of GPU Jungle. A reference to the greatest father-son duo, Kratos and Atreus. I would have to say the hardest trophy for me was Keepy Uppies, where you had to juggle a ball in a frog suit 5 times. Took me like 6 or 7 attempts, but I finally got it. My favorite one would have to be Honey, I'm Home, where you just have to walk under the PlayStation Home icon. But when I saw this, it gave me a wave of nostalgia. I remember when PlayStation Home came out on the PS3, I thought it was a super dope concept, but just ultimately didn't go anywhere. I'm just happy to see that it got the nod that it deserves here on the trophy list. Then there's the final trophy I decided to unlock. It's called You Got a Trophy. You simply pick up a trophy in the showcase room. So I thought it would be cool if the last thing I did was picking up a platinum trophy in the game and then having the platinum trophy pop into my collection. I enjoyed this game so much I went on to do all the DLC so I can 100% the game. The ones that, you don't need in order to unlock the platinum. This included a couple of puzzles and with a guide, those weren't too bad. And then also some speed runs, which you just have to get under 7 minutes through all of them, and that wasn't too hard either. Astro's Playroom might be a short game, but it was one of the most joyful gaming experiences I've had in a very long time. It made me smile, made me sweat a little bit, and gave me my first platinum of 2025. This also wasn't the hardest platinum I've ever gotten, but it might be one of the most rewarding. It felt like a gift from PlayStation to players, and as someone who grew up with these consoles, it meant something. I very much look forward to playing Astro when it goes on sale one day. But what's next? We're jumping into something very different. A world where there's no room for nostalgia, only war. I'm talking about Warhammer 40K, Space Marine 2. Stay tuned for how I became the defender of humanity. If you're new here, welcome to the Platinum Journey. If you enjoyed yourself, hit that like button, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below if you've played Astro's Playroom, or if you would after watching this. And if you're chasing platinums too, tell me which one you're currently working on. I want to know. This is just the beginning. Let's continue to build something together. And remember, don't just play. Platinum.